What is a corporation? Let me read for you the definition. A corporation is a company or group of people authorized to act as a single entity and recognized as such by law. Isn't that what a family is? A unit, for the most part, acting together and recognized by law. So a corporation is defined as an independent entity. You may at times bring in consultants to for opinions, for suggestions on the right action to take, but ultimately the decision is yours. Before you were married, there were two corporations. There was you and your family, and your spouse and their family. After you're now married, there are now three corporations. There is you and your spouse, your family, and now your spouse's family. You now have the legal right as a corporation to make decisions that are best for you. This is easier said than done because although you are a private entity, one or both families might try and influence you one way or the other. Sometimes the influence is good, sometimes it is not so good. For example, let's say Jamal and Jamila have a baby, and both families want a large party, and they don't want a large party, right? What do? Jamal and Jamila want to go to a certain city for vacation, but the parents want them to change their plans and spend time at a larger family gathering. What do? Some of these things can be easy to figure out, and some of them can be hard to figure out, especially when your in-laws are trying to pressure you to act one way or the other. So you may want to do your naming ceremony, for example, when you're having children a certain way, and when you express your desire, they'll get angry. So do your best to make them happy, but at the same time, there needs to be a balance. You don't want to make them happy in a way that inconveniences you too much or that causes you to be resentful. And of course, this can be a tough balancing act, but it is important for us to do it as best as we possibly can. And eventually, they will fall in line. It may be at the beginning, when you first get married, and I know a lot of people that have gone through this, where there's a decision that your parents usually made for you, and instead you go against what they say, and there's a hue and cry, and they call you names and so on and so on. And of course, this couple, they acted respectfully throughout this entire ordeal, and eventually the parents fell in line. Falling in line meaning like not, you just do whatever I say, but fall in line in the sense that respecting a little bit more the decisions that the couple is making for themselves. Now, when you push back, they may guilt trip you, call you names and so on, but still hold your ground, especially if you have taken their opinions into account. That's one of the keys here as well. Make sure that you're always making your in-laws feel like you are taking what they want into consideration. So even if you don't go with their view, they at least understand that you seriously consider their point. And a lot of times that's good enough. So to end, when you get married, you are now a separate entity. It is now you and your spouse, your family, and your spouse's family. You need to make decisions that are in the best interest of your family, as much as you can, while as much as you can, taking the considerations of your families into account. Talk to you guys later. Assalamu alaikum.